From Studio A in the Martin Performing Arts Center, this is Wildcats Media News.
Hello and welcome to this semester's last edition of Wildcats Media News. I'm Stephen Maxwell.
And I'm Lydia Magallanes.
It was the smell of crawfish that brought students and family to Cottingham Lawn. It was LC Union Board's Cochon de Lait. Here's Emily Lansing with the story.
Cochon de Lait.
Cochon de Lait, something like that. This is the Cochon de Lait.
Cochon de Lait.
However you pronounce it, it is one of the most anticipated events on campus. Student Activities Director KB Thomas.
It is the LC Family Day to come together, students, faculty, staff, and all of their family, just to come together and have a good time at the end of the year and eat some crawfish.
Some students say it was the best event of the year. Freshman Hunter Augustine enjoyed his first Cochon de Lait.
One of my favorite events that they've had so far this year. My favorite part about today is just the fellowship with all the craftsmen that I have. I've been able to hang out with a bunch of juniors and seniors that I've come to know, and a few sophomores that I know, and it's just a great time to hang out, and the food is fantastic. Best part of the whole event right there.
But it wasn't just for students. It was also a time for families to enjoy the campus. Union Board member Avery Rushing.
The purpose of this event is really to get campus, faculty, students, their families, and this year we actually had incoming freshmen from high schools together just for community, fellowship, and having a good time.
We plan events just so that students can get out and build community and just have a fun atmosphere on campus. And so that's part of why we plan all the activities during the year, but Cochon is by far one of our favorites.
For Wildcats Media News, I'm Emily Lansing.
This was the last event of the year for LC's Union Board. The Criminal Justice Department Honor Society is getting locked and loaded. Learning how to properly use a firearm is important for everybody. But for LC's Criminal Justice Department, this is job training.
Just hands-on experience for it, so in case we ever had to handle guns, we know what to do in that case.
Students learn the proper mechanics for pistol marksmanship.
Put it on top of there.
As well as safety.
That weapons are dangerous, that they're not to be played with, but to be able to learn the basic safety and just to get that ingrained within their minds, to know that weapons are not something to be played with.
Slide to the rear.
Firing off a few rounds also gives students a jump start if they decide to pursue a career in law enforcement, helping them know what to expect in the future.
If you go into the field of law enforcement and beforehand know a little bit about, shooting a gun and how to handle it, it will definitely help you improve on your skills within the department, and you'll definitely know what to do. You won't just go in blindsided by it.
RPSO, the U.S. Marshals, and the Army National Guard were all on hand to assist the students. Louisiana College was treated to a night of movie milestones in Gwen Auditorium. The LC Wind Ensemble concert consisted of soundtracks to popular movies and cartoons. Band members say the popular songs make the night enjoyable for everyone.
It's all very difficult music, but this is stuff that people know and can really enjoy. And it's just a different feel tonight. It's just fun tonight.
The concert concluded with the band providing a live soundtrack to an on-screen cartoon. One teacher in the music department also had the chance to display her talent. Artist-in-residence and music instructor Chou performed at the spring faculty recital. Chou said her main goal was to provide a learning opportunity for her students.
She's pretty awesome at the piano, and I don't know, she always is giving us advice on how to make our songs better, and so it's cool to hear her and how she's used that in her own music.
Chou will spend her summer performing on tour across the U.S. Working hard does have its advantages. Sometimes they even have a celebration in your honor. Here is Wildcats Media's Kendall Burnett with the story.
He who has provided us blessings of this day.
Students, parents, and professors gathered together Friday to honor a special group of students on LC's campus. The Freshman Dean's List ceremony is hosted by the Humanities Department and showcases the students completing their freshman year with at least a 3.5 GPA.
It took a lot of work because it was really hard, especially this semester, to not give up, because the first semester you do really good, you get really good grades, and then by the second one you're like, okay, I kind of want to give up now, kind of want to just chill, but you just got to push through it, and I know that it makes my parents proud, it makes my past teachers proud, and it makes myself proud. I'm proud of myself.
Parents and professors had a chance to finally meet one another after the ceremony. Dr. Pete Richardson of the theater department had multiple students awarded.
I believe that these students will be successful in anything that they do outside because they have the right focus. They put the Lord first. They put their classes first. They understand what's important about their lives, and yet they're not stiff or uptight about anything. They have such a joy in what they do.
These students plan to continue to thrive in their college careers.
I want to be on the Dean's List every year, and I'd love to be honored like a lot of the seniors were.
And hope to encourage future LC students.
Even though it's about to be over, it's not. And just keep on working even in those last few weeks. It really makes a difference. And, you get a cool little sheet of paper to show it.
For Wildcats Media News, I'm Kendall Burnett.
Coming up next is sports with Lydia Magallanes. We'll be right back.
Unlike some traditional disciplines within the collegiate community, media is ever-changing, and so we feel it's important to provide students with a diverse skill set. And so not only do they learn traditional aspects of, for example, print journalism and broadcasting, but they also learn cutting-edge skills in new media, in online and web production, both in design and film production.
Well, it's great because you get to work on all sides of the camera, whether it's journalism, public relations, or media production. It's really a great program to be a part of.
Well, I think we really do offer a twofold approach to learning. We certainly have the practical side. Some of our courses, more in the journalism or the broadcast media, really concentrate more on hands-on type learning and what skills you're going to need to work in the convergence media world. But then also we offer more of the academic side of things, or even the theoretical, with Dr. Thornton, and so that kind of gives us more of a broad-based and complete approach to education.
Now, what really sets this program apart from others is you're not just reading books and doing essays about a story, you're doing hands-on things like going out and shooting the story and reporting the story. So it really helps you get acclimated to the real world.
And you have professors who take time out of their day to show you how to do things, and so not only are you getting that hands-on experience, you're also having the personal approach to education that the professors provide.
Well, unlike a lot of colleges, at Louisiana College, a student can get the opportunity to jump in and do what they love to do or what they want to do right off the bat.
So what is convergence media? In an ever-changing media environment, it's important that programs change with it. But one thing that never changes from our perspective is that students always remain a name, not a number.
Head football coach Dennis Dunn will be LC's new athletic director effective July 31st. Dunn will step in for Dr. Daryl Payne, who has served as athletic director and associate vice president of auxiliary services for 3 years. Payne will return to his law practice at his previous home in Cincinnati, Ohio. Among Dunn's top priorities are graduating all LC athletes, improving facilities, and hiring a head coach for the lady basketball team.
In a game, there's 4 quarters. We got to figure out what we're going to do in the first half and then make adjustments and come back and play in the second half, and there's an end. That's the way we'll approach this. We will approach it with, here's our goal, here's what we got to do, let's go attack this, and let's get this done.
Dunn's great-great-uncle, Simon Tudor, was the first football coach and athletic director at LC.
LC announced the hiring of Patrece Carter-Spivey as the new women's basketball coach Thursday. A former Lady Cat and alumnus herself, Spivey is in the LC Sports Hall of Fame and even played professionally at one time. Spivey leaves her hometown of Winfield, Louisiana, where she coached the Lady Tigers for 7 years, but says she's grateful for the next step in her career.
For giving me an opportunity to return home to my alma mater and give me a chance to give back, even if it's just a little bit of what they've given to me. It's great to be home. It's a really unique situation that I got the opportunity to return first to my high school alma mater, coach there, and now to my college alma mater. And LC is where I began my young adult life. It has been a major part of the woman that I am today.
Spivey finished her career as a Lady Cat with 1,698 total points scored and 681 rebounds, as well as holding the record for the most points scored in a game with 45.
LC baseball is headed into postseason after taking the series against the East Texas Baptist University Tigers last weekend, and now they've clinched a spot in the American Southwest Conference. It started Friday night at Billy Allgood with ETBU taking an early 3-0 lead. But the Cats would take Game 1 in a 7-6 thriller highlighted by sophomore lefty Luke Pinkard in the 9th inning, striking out the final batter. LC baseball honored their seniors in Saturday's doubleheader. Senior pitcher Madison Latchney would give another gutsy performance, lifting the Cats to a 3-1 victory and tossing his 10th complete game, 6th win on the season. The Wildcats would send their seniors off with the win over rival ETBU to end the regular season.
The clubhouse, that's something you really can't explain. You know, 30 years from now, nobody's going to remember the wins and losses. It's going to be about your teammates and spending time with them on the field, off the field. That's really all that matters. And, I mean, you build lifelong bonds with these guys, and those are something you want to hang on to.
This is just another success story. When the guys that came into our program, we tell them it'll be the greatest 4 years of your life if you let it be. And we're just glad to be part of it. And they're going to grow from it. And like I said, down to 10 years, 15 years from now, nobody's going to know about statistics. They're just going to know of the memories and everything that they were able to do at Louisiana College.
Just being in the locker room with the guys and sharing the similar struggles and hard work put into something. And it's a lot of effort, and it's very emotional. And baseball is a love-hate relationship. And there's hard times and there's good times, but it's battling through the adversity that makes it so special.
But the Cats still have some baseball left in them. They take on the 2nd seed LeTourneau University Yellow Jackets Wednesday night at 7 in Austin, Texas. And LC softball wrapped up their season after falling short to the ETBU Lady Tigers in the semifinals of the ASC Tournament last weekend. The ladies finished with an overall record of 24-15, 21-12 in conference. 8 Lady Cats landed on the All-ASC team. Senior shortstop Megan Pearson was named ASC Sportsmanship Athlete of the Year, as well as being named to the first team All-ASC. Pearson led the conference with a batting average of over 500 and finished her senior season with 11 doubles and 33 RBIs. Junior catcher Courtney Ivey was also named first team All-ASC. Senior second baseman Stephanie Jaeger, junior outfielder Emery Nugent, and sophomore pitcher Nancy Bunning landed spots on the 2nd All-ASC team. And named to the 3rd team All-ASC, senior third baseman Laura Galata Parrish, freshman Kimber Gruel, and freshman pitcher Taylor Leger. A group of students gathered at Wildcats Stadium, but it wasn't to play sports, and that was because the athletic department at LC held a worship rally. Wildcats Media's Karylon Thornton has a story.
I thought that a worship rally was a good opportunity for all our teams to be in one facility on the field here where we are today and just worshiping together for an hour.
Dr. Payne and the athletic department held its 2nd annual worship rally on last Tuesday in Wildcat Stadium with all sports teams and coaches in attendance.
I thought it would be a good thing to do with the seniors to send them off with honorarium type thing where they could all be together and interact with one another, and that's why I came up with the worship rally.
Dr. Payne also honored 2 seniors, Hunter Feibel and Megan Pearson, who each not only excelled on their respective fields but also in the classroom. They each spoke on their careers here at Louisiana College, and Megan even had a little advice for the Wildcat student athletes.
Knowing your spot on your team, and no matter what your role is, doing that to the best of your ability. So whether it be sitting the bench or whether it be the mascot or whatever the case may be, God put you on the team for a purpose, and I feel that each individual can fulfill their duty, and that's what a team is all about.
To end the evening, Reverend John Russell of Alexandria spoke to the athletes about choices and the impacts that the choices we make have on our lives.
Remember, the choices are important. You're going to have to step out in this life, in this world, and you're going to have to make choices. And I pray that the choices you make will bless us rather than hurt us. May God be with you and may He keep you. God bless.
The worship rally was definitely a success, with a beautiful evening of singing and worshiping together as student athletes. For Wildcats Media Sports, I'm Karylon Thornton.
And that wraps up your look at sports this week.
So this is Lydia's last show. How are you feeling?
Well, it's been a great experience, and I certainly appreciate everyone that's contributed, including all the coaches and players that took the time out of their busy schedules to have an interview with me.
Well, I've had a lot of fun with you, and we're going to miss you.
Well, I'm going to miss you too, Stephen.
Yeah. Well, the show will still go on, though.
Okay, I understand.
I'm sorry about that. Well, that'll do it for this week's Wildcats Media News. For more campus news and updates, you can check out wildcatsmedia.com. For Wildcats Media News, I'm Stephen Maxwell.
And for the last time, I'm Lydia Magallanes.
We'll see you next semester.